seconds to go. Oh, wait. We're hearing it now. The pick is in. Let's go to the commissioner and see what happens.
With the fifth pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama.
Oh, what is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I'm back with another episode of Beyond the Scoreboard, the Miami Dolphins post-game show to go over the 15-10 win for the good guy Miami football Dolphins. Hey, let me tell you something. A win is a win is a win in the NFL. But my goodness, was that ugly. Shout out Deplorable Black King, Ricardo in the building. That is the type of win. I often use the term slump buster. If you're going through a bad spell with the ladies, you normally get an unattractive girl that you know is not pretty much going to put too much pushback on you. You know, maybe a little heftier girl, you know. Not going to give you too much resistance, but you know, you get your stuff off, and that's what the Patriots were today. But the Dolphins literally had to fight down to the last second. That game literally ended because the Patriots just couldn't get down in time. So somebody had to do God's work when it comes to those girls. Hey, shout out to Matt. Oh, man, finally, somebody from Twitter is responding. Yes. Hey, listen, it's like 30 of you guys over there watching on Twitter, man. Y'all make sure and comment, man. Let me know what's going on. This is the Dolphins post-game show for the people. You could always come on and talk about your team, but this is mainly a Dolphins show. And I had a video made up because I thought for sure that the Dolphins were going to find a way to snatch defeat from the hands of victory, but they didn't. So we got to give them credit. You know, I'm not going to go crazy like I did last week just because last week was bad. But this week is a win. And the crazy thing about it, the Dolphins at 2-3 are now tied for second place in the division. So the division that at the beginning of the season I said was going to be the best in football, now the second place team in there, there's a two-way tie for second place at 2-3 between the stinking, disgusting New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Man, this is crazy, man. Hey Trev, where the hell is it? Hey man, I listen, I'm not Venkat, man. I don't have time to do all that stuff. I come on right after the game, because you get my true emotion. I don't have time to fill out scores and all that stuff. We're going to go over the scores in this show. So there you go. You'll know the scores. But, man, y'all signed off, man. Y'all let me know, because what I saw, again, was the defense bailing out a terrible offense. The Dolphins' offense hasn't looked good since last year, to be honest. If we're going to be honest about things, and they didn't get any better today. Tyler Huntley was more comfortable in the offense, but it wasn't good. So I will say this: the opening drive, it looks like McDaniel changed up some plays. They were doing the quick passes over the middle, getting the receivers involved. I got a comment about the run game soon, but they were running the ball effectively, but they were only able to get 3 points. Then they come back on the second drive. Huntley throws the interception, and then from there the game just got terrible. Like, I mean, luckily the Patriots are a more undisciplined team than the Dolphins, because all the pre-snap penalties that the Dolphins normally get, the Patriots were getting them. So that was the crazy thing about it. I'm like, my goodness, man, there's a team more undisciplined than the Dolphins. Like all these pre-snap penalties and you know, false starts, and oh my goodness, bro, this game was ugly. This game was bowling shoe ugly. And it's funny because when they went to halftime, and you see the commentators are like, oh my God, the Miami New England game, it's a game. They were like, it's a game. I had to run out in the third quarter. I had to run out for like 10 minutes. So I was listening to the radio broadcast, and Joe Rose and Cephalo sounded so disheveled. Like, you hear them talking and they just sounded so out of it, bro. Like, they were just like, oh my God, the Dolphins. Like, literally, listen, I put this on Twitter that I think that this Dolphin team might be as bad as the 2007 team. You know, I always say the 2007 team is the worst Dolphin team in history. That was the Cam Cameron year, the 1-15 team with Cleo Lemon at quarterback. Like that was the worst Dolphin team I'd ever seen ever in my 40 plus years of life. But this team is trying to rival that. At least that team averaged 20 points a game. This team is literally averaging like 11 or 12 points a game. You can't win like that in the NFL. But again, I'm gonna stop shitting on them soon. But you gotta get the obvious out. You gotta, because we're not gonna gloss over and act like we just beat the world. We just beat the New England Patriots, and the Patriots may be the team that sucks more than the Dolphins. And I will say this though, they gotta protect Jacoby Brissett, man. That dude was getting his ass kicked in this game. So either Drake May is that bad, or they just want to protect him with their life, that they won't put him in. But Brissett was getting destroyed to a point where I started to feel sorry for him, the way he kept getting hit. So they got to do something about that, man. I think as sooner or later we're going to get to a point in the NFL where, you know, you can't even blitz the quarterback anymore, because that guy was like legit getting destroyed out there. So, you know, you got to protect the players, man. That's crazy. He was getting his ass kicked. So let's get into some things. Jason Sanders, I'm not going to be too bad on him. Jason Sanders had three field goals. He should have had 5. The 41-yard field goal that he completely just hooked and hit the goalpost. Then the second one, the center, I don't know what the hell the ball snapper was doing. They bobbled the snap and just completely messed that one up. So there's points. So that's 6 points off the board. 6 points in this game would have easily won it for anybody. Like, it's just like last week when I said, if this was last year's Dolphins and they were down by 10, I'm just laughing at that, because I know they're going to come back and win by 10 or 15. But this year's Dolphins, when I see them go down by 10, you might as well wrap it up. And when it was 7-3 and then when New England tacked on that field goal, I'm like, oh my God, they're getting to that sweet spot. And then Miami was luckily able to get a field goal in. And it was just a game of, it was a ugly game, man. It was like literally like a game of field position. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know the age of a lot of you guys listening, but like I said, I've been a Dolphin fan forever, so I go back. There was 2008 when they drafted Ted Ginn. There was a game against the Jets where literally the Dolphins offense put up nothing. And it was just Ted Ginn's 2 kickoff returns, his punt and kickoff return, special teams, and the defense that won that game. And that's kind of how this game was just a ugly bowling ball shoe, ugly game. But, the Dolphins, they pulled out a win, man. And in this league, a win is a win. Let's look at the schedule real quick. Let's see what we got coming up, because I said that whoever the backup was, all we needed them to do was go 500 until the Samoan sniper got back. So where are we now? We're 2-3 right now. So we have our bye week coming up. So much needed bye week. My God. We have a bye week coming up. Then we play the Colts week 7. Then we have the Cardinals at home, which hopefully that's the return of Tua. I'll be at that game. So hopefully that's the return of Tua, because I can't sit through a Dolphin game watching this type of offense. I just can't do it. I mean, the tickets cost too much. But I'll be at that Cardinals game. So, hopefully by then we're 3-3, and then Tua could come back and, hey, let the chips fall where they may. At the beginning of the season, I said the Dolphins would be minimum 12-5 with a Super Bowl appearance. Now that all hung on Tua. I said it. You can go back and listen. I said as long as number 1 stays upright, that's all. That's it. If not, then all bets are off. And we see how this team struggles without Tua. You cannot run that offense without him. Nobody makes the quick decisions. Nobody makes the anticipated throws. Nothing. Tyler Huntley has the legs, but he's still getting collapsed. He's getting killed back there. The O-line is like zero protection at all. I just don't understand it, man, how this O-line can still be this bad. I will give Mike McDaniel some credit. There was no delay of game penalties, I don't think, because you guys know I've been crying about this even last year, that their clock management is terrible, that Miami would all start every play with 3 seconds left on the clock. This time they were out of those huddles fast. The play was in. They were hiking the ball. So I do give them credit for that. Finally, I mean, about time. Just do your job with that. But still, the stupid penalties, man. The rookie Jalen. Oh my God, what is his name? The running back. I'm drawing a blank. Forgive me here. Let me see real quick. Jalen Wright. Sorry about that. Jalen Wright, the rookie, man. He had a man's football game today because he had to step in for Devon Achane going out with a concussion. So hopefully he's all right. But I will say the run game got a lot better when Achane went out of it. I'm not saying I don't want to see Achane. Achane is a home run hitter. But what I am saying, when Achane went out, they were able to run the ball between the tackles. What did I complain about last week? The Dolphins cannot run the ball between the tackles. Today, they were running the ball between the tackles. And Wright was getting some huge runs. They were all getting called back because of holding calls. I mean, again, what's up, Eddie Israel in the building? They were all getting called back because of holding from guess who? Liam Eichenberg. Liam Eichenberg, just a bonehead. I mean, and like his holding calls weren't even on the point where you could be like, oh, ref, you could let that one pass. At one point, he had a guy in a bear hug. Just unacceptable. Miami was what, 2 for 10 on third downs. You're not beating a good team like that. You're not beating a good team with that type of third down efficiency. That is not good enough to beat anybody. Luckily, we got the Patriots. I'm telling you, man, you got the slump buster. You're able to get, you're able to get your hey, again, if you're doing bad with the ladies, you always kind of get the unattractive one, because at the end of the day, everybody has to go home with somebody. So you always get the unattractive one. You get your mojo back, and then you're good to go. And then I think that's what this was for Miami. This was a chance to get their mojo back. Now, I kind of wish that the offense would have actually done something, but hey, baby steps. You got to crawl before you walk. Let's get into the let's get into the stats here. So Tyler Huntley did play a much better game, but he missed a lot of passes, especially to Jalen Waddle. There was one across the middle that had he just timed it perfectly, that would have been an easy 6. Now, Jalen Waddle may have been able to lay out for it more, but I put that on Huntley for not putting that ball where it's supposed to be. But again, these guys are used to playing with Tua, who throws to the position where you're supposed to be. He missed Tyreek Hill a lot. Let me tell you something. The Christian Gonzalez from the Patriots, that's a football player. He pretty much locked Tyreek Hill down today. He had a pick, and he damn sure should have had another pick in the end zone. Again, Tyler Huntley throwing the ball too late. Christian Gonzalez had his hands on it and just dropped it. So that saved us, because that would have been a pick in the end zone. The ball would have been going the other way. But that guy is a hell of a player, man. That's a hell of a pick for New England. That's a lockdown cornerback, because Tyreek Hill had a quiet game today, and a lot of it was because of that guy. So Tyler Huntley was 18 of 31 for 194 yards with an interception. Jalen Wright, 13 carries, 86 yards, 6.6 yards a carry. That guy was running the ball today. And like I said, he had 2 long ones called back. He had like a 20-plus yarder called back, and then he had another one later in the game called back. So his stat line, he probably would have been well over 100 yards rushing for the day had it not been for that. Raheem Mostert, man, coming back saying, oh, man, who 19 carries, 79 yards, 4.2 yards. And the thing I liked about Mostert in this game, he just hit the hole. He did not dance. He must have heard me. He didn't dance. He just hit the hole. And one thing about Mostert, he finds those holes. He's shifty. He rarely gets like negative yards, because they can run the ball through between the tackles with him. You don't do all those sweeps and all those tosses and all that outside running, because you have a smaller back. A-Chain, before he went out, three carries, 18 yards. Tyler Huntley had 3 carries for 7 yards. Alec Ingold, 1 carry, 3 yards for the touchdown. Alec Ingold is a hell of a football player. You know, fullback is one of the most underappreciated positions on the team, but the Dolphins have a good one. It reminds me, again, let's go back in time, 2008, 2009, we had Lusaka Polite. Bill Parcells, they brought in Lusaka Polite, and all he did was get you that 1 yard that you needed. You know, it was 4th and 1, 3rd and 1. You were getting it every single time with Lusaka Polite. So, I mean, this is a position that very underrated, but very instrumental in this offense. Let me see. As a man, you should always aim right for the hole. Absolutely. Shout out to Mike in the building. Yeah, you absolutely should always aim for the hole, man. Those of you, it's 39 of y'all watching on Twitter, man. Y'all may, okay, at the very least, the Twitter audience, just hit the like button on my channel. Subscribe to the channel. We talk about wrestling, politics, MMA. We talk about everything over there. Just hit the like, subscribe to the channel. And who you talking about? I'm not Wayne. Oh, he's my Eddie. Yeah, man, and let's get into this Dolphin talk. So let's see our receiving. Tyreek Hill led all receivers, 6 catches, 69 yards. Again, Tyreek Hill has some really good catches. He was missed twice in the end zone. It's all good though. Another not 100-yard game. So we're 4 games in. He's only recorded 100-yard game, and hey, that was with Tua. So go figure. Jonnu Smith, way to make an appearance in the game today. They were going to him early and often, man. Listen, feed your tight ends. Just feed your tight ends. Five receptions, 62 yards. Jalen Waddle, 4 catches, 46 yards. Raheem Mostert, 2 for 18. That was it on the receiving end. I want to say Durham Smythe with another drop. Julian Hill with a terrible holding penalty. Oh, and let's talk about penalties. Let's not forget Jalen Ramsey. My God, Jalen Ramsey with the most childish play of the game. They got the Patriots off the field. Jalen Ramsey is in the backfield and stiff arms Jacoby Brissett. Why? Like, shout out to Bones in the building. Like as if they wasn't going to call that. Like, why? Bro, I'm telling you, the Dolphins got to be the most undisciplined football team like I've ever seen. I can't remember a Dolphin team this bad. I can't remember a Dolphin team this bad when it comes to discipline. Like it just the stupid. You can literally get us off the field and you choose to do something stupid like that. It's like Miami did everything to give that game away. They did very little to try to win it, but they did even more to try to give it away. Yeah, Chris, to me, 2007 Dolphins are the worst Dolphin team ever, but this team might be right there because that 2007 Dolphin team at least scored more points than this. And I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let's look at this. I was about to say, let me tell you this. Ted Ginn is a Miami Dolphin, but I'm not gonna do that. Let me do this. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Jonnu Smith, Odell Beckham was on the field today. Devon A-Chain, Raheem Mostert, 15 points. All that all-star Pro Bowl caliber offense, 15 points. 15 points, and 9 of them came from your kicker. So the Miami Dolphins offense with all those talented players that I just named you were only able to get 6 points today. What do you think is and was the difference? No Samoan sniper. When the Samoan sniper comes back, watch how this team just drastically gets better. Now, I am hoping that he could stay upright. That's been the issue, but I am really looking for Tua to be back at that Cardinal game. God, I hope he is, because like I said, we'll be there. So the last thing I want to do is watch any more Tyler Huntley games. I mean, hey, thanks for stepping in, but no thanks. He's missing on all his passes, and man, it's 50 of y'all watching, man. Yeah. Hey, you know what? It would have been more had the Dolphins lost, because then you guys would have saw me do an epic meltdown. You guys would have been going crazy. Like, oh my God. So why won't the Fins get a secondary quarterback? Damn. No, I mean, you got Tyler Huntley. You got Tim Boyle. You got Skylar Thompson. Yeah, that's right. Bones, tell him, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. Stop playing around. Hit the like button. 52 of you watching now. Hit the like button on the video. That's the least you could do, especially those of you watching on Twitter. Man, go ahead and hit that like button. Oh, man, I forgot. I didn't even realize I wasn't on the screen. Didn't even realize. I had to get my face back up on the screen. Let you guys over there on Twitter see who's talking to you so you know who the heel minister is, because that's my handle over on Twitter. And it's Straight Talk with Trevor over here on YouTube. Be interactive and you could talk to us. Hey, we invite everybody. So again, man, I thought a win is a win. Like I know I'm shitting on them right now because deservingly, but a win is a win, especially in the NFL, man. When you look around, the quarterback play in the NFL hasn't really been that good. So just on a whole, but so a win is a win. So the team stats, Miami had a total of 372 yards. That was the most unassuming 372 yards I've ever seen. Miami last year averaged about 350, 370. So the fact that they had 372 today, right around their last year average, was crazy. But the difference is, if last year's Dolphins would have won this game 35-10 or would have won this game 42-3, that's the big difference. Because when they got a chance to punch the ball in the end zone, they were going in the end zone. This Dolphin team was punting or missing field goals. That's the big difference. 179 yards passing, 193 rushing yards. Like I say, man, the running backs, especially the rookie, Jalen Wright and Raheem Mostert, they did their thing today. Like they really, really did their thing. I hope Jalen Wright gets more carries because, again, he runs between the tackles. You can't be afraid to run between the tackles in the NFL. You're a football player. You signed up for this. Hell, if you want to know about tough, you go check out that guy that the MMA brothers were talking about this morning that has half of his eye hanging out. That's tough. So you got to toughen up and get ready and run between the tackles and, play some football. Stop all this finesse football. And Mike McDaniel, for heaven's sakes, cut your damn hair. You're a better head coach when you cut your hair. It shows. You called a better game. Cut your hair. You had your team more prepared. Cut your damn hair. Now the mediocrity of those boys stepping up to the plate. Hey, they got it. Hey, listen, man. Everybody's injured though. Now injuries don't normally happen this early in the season like they are, but everybody's injured, so you can't use the injury as an excuse. Everybody got to play their game. They got to do their thing. They got to play their games. Like it is what it is. Let's check out some other scores. Let's check out some of these scores from around the league. Then let me drop this link right now because we're almost out of here and we don't have to be here long. Let's see, copied, paste. So the link is in the chat. Anybody want to come up and you don't have to talk about the Dolphins. Like I'm a Dolphin fan. This is a Dolphin show, but this is the people's show. You want to come up and talk about your team? Hey, that's fine. I don't care. I don't limit this to Dolphin talk. So let's go around the league and see where we are. Week 5. So the final from this was Thursday's game. The final from Thursday's game, the Falcons beat the Buccaneers 36-30. That's why Bones was so quiet. Okay, now it makes sense. Shout out to Bones. The Vikings over the Jets, man. Old man Aaron Rodgers just looking as old as possible. See that moving to the Green Bay wasn't that bad, huh? Green Bay wasn't as bad as you thought. The Bears 36-10 winners over the Panthers. Let's see, because Eddie Israel is in the building. I do want to see what Caleb Williams' stats were. 20-29, 304, 2 touchdowns. Okay, so he's playing like we expected the number 1 pick to play. Okay, it's great. He's playing like we expected the number 1 pick. Hell, I said the Bears got to steal getting him because you knew that's why they didn't mind getting rid of Justin Fields. Let's see. You got the Browns losers, big losers, 34-13 over the Commanders, man. Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders, man, just kicking all type of ass. 34-13. Your hometown boys, the Miami football Dolphins, 15-10 winners over a team even sorrier than us, the New England Patriots, and it took every second on the clock to win that game. The Jaguars 37-34 winners over the Colts. So my pool numbers should be looking good. I think I picked them all. You know what? This was the first week in our pool that I considered picking against the Dolphins. I'm glad I didn't, but this was that one time because I'm like, man, this team is just really bad. But I was like, you know what? I can't do it. My heart just won't allow me to do it. So I'm glad I didn't. The Texans were able to pull it out over Buffalo 23-20. I know Buffalo was raging a huge comeback on them. The Ravens 41-38 winners over the Bengals, man. You talk about some points. There you go. And right now the Raiders are up 10-0 over the Broncos. The Cardinals are up 7-3 over the 49ers. The Giants and the Seahawks are knotted up at 0. The Packers 7-0 over the Rams. And tonight you have Ben's Cowboys versus Zay's Steelers. The Cowboys should win that game, but they'll probably do what Cowboys do, and that's lose. And then tomorrow night you have the Saints versus the Chiefs. So we'll see how that one, how that pans out. I did hear that I got somebody up here. I got Eddie Israel up here. What's going on, Eddie?
What's going on? What's going on? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Hey, listen, I ain't feeling good because my daughter been sick all weekend, and I think I'm finally catching it. But hey, a win is a win is a win, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I can't blame you on that, man. Like I said, we've been scrapping the last few weeks, but the past 2 weeks, I like what I'm saying from my team. I like what I've been seeing.
Hey, you got hope because you got a young quarterback, and he's big. He could take some hits. He needs to just stop wearing like dresses and stuff, but he'll be all right after that.
Hey, I ain't got what he do off the field. I don't care. As long as he keep doing for 300 every week, I'm good with that.
Hey,
just
Eddie
keep throwing.
Eddie
throw that 300 every week.
The only thing that mattered to you is when he got that Chicago blue on. Huh?
Yeah.
So what's y'all record now?
3-2.
Oh, 3-2. It's funny because I'm like I'm criticizing the Dolphins because I can't get out of last year. I'm still thinking about last year's team and how we should have, been better than what we were, at least made it to the AFC title game. But like the fall off is okay. So with y'all weren't that good last year, but you see y'all on the upward trajectory now. So whereas with us, we were good, and now it's like literally you could regress a little bit, but don't fall off the mountain. Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
It is, man. It is. And I didn't even think, I didn't think that was gonna happen to the Dolphins this year. I thought they was primed to actually compete this year, and I thought they'd be hungry, because of what happened in the playoffs last year. I thought they'd be hungry.
It seems like everybody got their money and they just got comfortable. That's literally what it seemed like. Jalen Ramsey got his extension. He getting burnt like toast every game. Tua, I mean, the concussion thing, and you had to pay Tua. You got to pay your quarterback. I mean, you have to. It's just you just got to do it. But Jalen Waddle, just extend a little bit. Make a little extra effort. Just make a little extra effort. You know what I mean? Is like they so complacent because they got their money. They got their guaranteed money now. So it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna do what I want to do. It's crazy. Meanwhile, you got a guy like Javon Holland who hasn't got a contract, a new contract. And I saw today that they may have him on the trade block, which would suck. And he's playing his heart out, and then he ended up getting hurt and left the game. So that's crazy, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And one thing I will say, one thing I will say about the Patriots too. The Patriots, they not as bad of a team as everybody making it out to be. They just ain't got no offensive line. But they not as bad of a team as everybody make. They can surprise you. That's for sure.
They can run the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hey, trust me. I know. I just watched 3 hours of it. and even when it was 2 minutes left in the game and the Patriots were driving, I'm like, okay, you know what's about to happen here. Say you're a Dolphin fan. You don't watch this play out for 30 plus seasons. You know what's about to happen, that New England's about to score. And when they took that touchdown off the board, which, man, hey, I'm glad they took it off the board. That's all I'm gonna say. his toe did tap. I guess what they're saying is he didn't have possession all the way through, which I don't know about that one. Like again, I'm glad they took it off the board, but yeah, I don't know about that one. So Miami got away with a lucky one there. They really got away with a lucky one because that should have been a touchdown. And I don't think we would have been able to drive to get in scoring range. I just don't think so. Not with that offense and that O-line. Oh, jeez. Man. You would think I'm 44. So I've been watching the Dolphins forever. Like forever. I started watching football, I want to say like 86, 87. Whatever year the 49ers and the Bengals played in the Super Bowl, I think that was 87. That's when I started watching football. And I've been watching ever since. And I've never seen the Dolphins like outside of, well, they went to the Super Bowl in 84, but they got destroyed by not by the Bears. They got destroyed by the 49ers, but I've never seen them Super Bowl like contenders outside of 92. But it's just been one disappointment after another. It's just, and man, we love misery though, because at least you can say with your Bears, y'all been to the Super Bowl, in the 2000s. Because I was, that Super Bowl was here in 2006 when they played the Colts in the rain. That was here. So at least you saw one recently. I mean, compared to me, my goodness, bro. Like, goodness.
Man, y'all need some, man. Y'all need some.
Then I had to sit here and do this. Then I got all these, like, everybody, all my friends like other teams. So ain't nobody a Dolphin fan. You got the one or two that's Dolphin fans, but everybody else, like Zay's a Steeler fan. So they stay going to the Super Bowl. So they've seen consistent success. Bones is a Buccaneer fan. They've been to the Super Bowl in the past few years. Hell, Mike is a Giant fan. They beat the unbeatable Patriots. Like, so it's like everybody I know can be like, hey, we saw our team win a Super Bowl. I can't say that. And I don't know if it's going to take. I know they're talking about this Chinese guy is trying to buy the team. So I don't know if it's going to take new ownership or what, but they got to do something, man, because this is frustrating. It is fun, and we get to come on here and laugh and joke and everything like that. But it's like me, I'm a Seminole fan, and Seminoles could be like the worst, like major Power 5 team in college football. But at least Florida State went 13-0 last year, and Florida State won a national title recently in 2013, and was in the one the following year. So at least I can say, you know what? I've witnessed Florida State win all their national titles. I have never seen the Dolphins win. Never. And it's crazy, man. It's frustrating. Like when you see these new Dolphin fans and they don't know the pain that we've gone through, man. They really don't know. What's my saying? The Asian guy is alleged to be coming in to deconstruct them. Hey, he needs to. Tear it down. Just like you say Trump is going to do to the country, tear it down. Tear it down. Just tear it down. Blow it up. Tear it down. Hey, you need to get some preachers in there. Do a mass prayer because the land might be cursed. Do something, man. We need to do something, man. It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating, man. Yeah, the Giants. That's why I said Mike saw multiple Super Bowls because they lost the one to the Ravens. They beat the Patriots twice. So at least you saw, hell, we were alive in the 90s. You saw that one too when they beat the Bills. So at least you could say you saw your team in 5 Super Bowls. 5. I ain't seen my team in any. I don't know what that feels like to see your team in a championship game. I don't know what it feels like. I don't know. So when people always talk about the 72 Dolphins, I was 8 years away from being born when that was happening. I wasn't even a thought.
Hey, everybody else talking about the 85 Bears.
I know you wasn't born then. I'm like,
I don't know nothing about that.
Can you imagine? Every time I turn around, everybody talking about, the 72 Dolphins, the 72 Dolphins. I don't care about no 72 Dolphins. But I care about this. I wasn't even born then. I was 8. That was 50 years ago. I was 8 years away from being born. Like, that's crazy. That was good for them. That wasn't me. Like, I can't. I mean, it's good to go on the stat sheet, but I'm talking. I've lived through Jimmy Johnson. I've lived through Dave Wanstead. I lived through Bates, Cam Cameron, the Joe Philbins, the Adam Gases. Like all these guys that came in, Bill Parcells, like all these guys come in here and just completely put the team behind the 8 ball. Now you have a team that give us fool's gold last year with this offense that was just insane, but all it took was one season to get it on tape. And now the defensive got it and they got it figured out. And it's up to Mike McDaniel to change. Just do something. Change. I did like that there was somewhere he had Huntley lined up. They had 2 running backs on each side of him. I'm like, wow, look at this. Miami's playing a real NFL offense now, gashing them up the middle. The touchdown drive had 7 straight runs. 7 straight runs between the tackles. They couldn't stop it. I mean,
yeah, that's what a lot of these offenses focusing too much on the pass. Now you got to establish that run. That's what wins the games in January.
Exactly.
That's what wins those games.
And we know the Dolphins ain't going to get no home field advantage, so we're going to have to go somewhere cold. You're going to have to go to Baltimore. You're going to have to go to Buffalo. You're going to have to go to Kansas City. You're going to have to go to one of those places. Run the ball. What's that? Canes Dolphin for life. Go Cane. All right, listen. Now I will tolerate anything over here, but I'm not tolerating no Miami Hurricanes love. If there was ever any team that I despise more on this earth, is the Miami Hurricanes.
I can't blame you, bro.
Like, boy, you talk about a fan base that, oh my God, that people say Dolphin fans are bad. Man, Miami Hurricane fans are the worst. But again, at least they won a championship in the 2000s. So I mean, but I'm a Seminole fan, man, and the Seminoles are doing, oh God, horrendous right now. Man, I'm shocked that news hasn't come out that Mike Norvell's been fired. Just because it's just that bad. This is terrible. While you watching your in-state rivals, the Hurricanes, come back and light up the scoreboard. Hey, the Hurricanes got a good quarter. That quarterback is awesome. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
As much as I hate the Hurricanes, that quarterback is awesome. I don't know if that'll translate to the NFL, but that guy is awesome. Like awesome. But yeah, I was Zay. They play tonight, so he's not going to come on. And Bones, Bones and Ben, I give you love. Canes Dolphin for life. Yeah, hey man, this is a miserable time for me right now. Miserable. Yeah, when you come off of a 13-0 season, and now you 1-5, the bottom of the ACC. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Eddie, what else you got on this season, man? On this week. This a Sunday show. We don't go long on this one.
Yeah, I ain't got too much more. I just want to say, it looked like we finally got a good team over here in Chicago. It looked like I finally got something to hang my hat on. And it just looked like, we're gonna just keep getting better and better throughout the season. Now I am worried about the Vikings. Not even gonna lie.
Oh my goodness. I
am insanely worried about the Vikings.
And they doing it with a backup.
Yes, it's to me, Sam Darnold, he finally got his chance, man. He ain't no backup no more.
He the NFL, he the MVP of the NFL.
Yeah, right now, yep.
Yeah,
he playing better than Patrick.
Yeah. But they'll still, if push came to shove, they'll still give it to Patrick, and they'll give Sam Darnold like the comeback of the year award. That's what they would do. Hey, Canes Dolphin, man, trust me, I know. Hey, we at the end of the day, we all Dolphin fans, so we know what it feels like to lose, to watch our team snatch defeat from the hands of victory. We know what it's like. But so, Eddie, you think y'all gonna win the division?
Nah, I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Green Bay, man, y'all got a tough division.
Yeah, that is a very tough division,
man. Yeah,
everybody in there. A lot of people actually say that's the toughest and best division besides the NFC North.
It might be, because let me see something. Okay, no, we play We play Green Bay this year. I thought we played y'all. No, okay. So we just played Green Bay. I was wondering if we played that entire division. No, we just get Green Bay this year. Oh no, but we had that thriller with y'all last year.
Yeah.
When Justin Fields and Tua had that shootout.
Yes, sir.
Because Miami defense couldn't stop anybody. Hey, I do want y'all to know, just while he up here, October 17th at I think I got it for 6:30 if I'm not mistaken. October 17th at 6:30. Me and this gentleman you see up here, Eddie Israel, will be having another conversation. It won't be an interview this time. Is more so of just a conversation on a topic that he wants to touch on the Thursday shows on the biblical debate side of the Straight Talk Society. I'm really looking forward to that one. You can be talking about the traditional, like the holidays and stuff. So I'm very interested in that one because that's been coming up a lot lately, man. So, and y'all make sure and check out his channel, Men. What is it called? Men of God, right?
Yeah, Man of God.
Yeah, Men of God. You got a wrench on the channel, so you could drop the link in the chat so people could subscribe to it. Because I had shared y'all video from the other day. But yeah, man, yeah, my voice starting to go out now. I'm starting to feel like up here. You know, when you start feeling up here, you know you're getting sick. So I'm about to go load up on some stuff, man. Because I gotta get up early in the morning. We in for some rain all week because there's a storm out there heading our way.
How do you do it, my brother?
Well, you know, we've been lucky. In South Florida, they kind of miss us a lot and go to like Central and on the West Coast. And I think this one is going in the Panhandle area and kind of like the West Coast. So we kind of been lucky. I mean, we've had a couple major ones in my lifetime, but not as much as everywhere else. But man, y'all got to deal with that cold though.
Yeah, we got tornadoes here too though. So
no. Well, give me a hurricane over tornado any day. I'm just being honest. I at least want to be prepared to know what's heading my way, because then if I didn't get prepared, then it's my fault. Versus with a tornado, there is no preparation. They just come on y'all.
I mean, it ain't that bad. It's every once in a while, my brother. It ain't that bad. But see, y'all get hurricanes a lot in Florida though. Like a whole lot. Them bad storms and wind storms.
Yeah, it's weird. It's, you know what it is here, we flood a lot. That's really the problem, is the flooding. And I'm talking about like if a little bit of rain falls, you would have thought that a ocean overflowed or something. It just gets that bad. I remember there was one year they shut the beach off because all the water came up over the sand and start flooding into the streets.
Oh man,
like, come on, man. That's that is scary when you think about it. Like the flooding, especially where I live. Like my neighborhood, just this area where I live, floods a lot. Like we get bad floods. I'm talking about like there's some underground parking garages over here that literally just flood out. You'll see the water rushing into the garage. It's crazy. This is crazy, but yeah, man. Yeah, but I'm gonna get out of here, man, because my throat is getting worse and worse now. Gonna give me some medicine real quick.
All right, peace, chat. Peace, my brother.
All right, man. Appreciate you for coming up.
Yeah, it was good talking some crap with you.
Yeah. Well, luckily we on the right side this week. This week,
yeah.
And we can't lose the bye, so we're good.
You safe from that? All right, my brother.
All right, take it easy.
Oh man.
All right, man. There you have it, Straight Talk Society. Another episode of Beyond the Scoreboard, the Miami Dolphins post-game show for your hometown boys, the Miami Dolphins. They're 15-10. Thrilling, exciting, edge of your seat win against the New England Patriots. Hey, a lot of this is a lot of joking on my behalf. A win is a win in the NFL. It is. Like, it's very, very ugly. Nothing was finesse about it. But at the end of the day, we're in the win column and tied for second place in the division. So with Buffalo losing today, that's better because Buffalo is now, let me see. Buffalo is now 3-2. So they're one game ahead of us in the division. So the division is wide open. And again, all we got to do is hold on. Just hold on. We just got to hold on, hope for the Samoan sniper to come back. And hopefully he can stay upright and not try to take on any defenders head first. We got a bye week so some guys could get healthy. Then we got the Colts. The Colts aren't a good football team. You should be able to beat the Colts. Then we got the Cardinals. That's going to be a harder one just because they got a really good offense. They got Kyler Murray, who just does crazy things on the field. They got Marvin Harrison Jr., but hopefully Tua should be back then. So if we could win this Colts game, and then you let the chips fall where they may when Tua gets back. You got Buffalo after that. The Rams aren't lighting anybody on fire. The Raiders aren't lighting anybody on fire. Then we got the Patriots again. We saw what they are. I wouldn't be surprised if Drake May is starting by then. You got Green Bay. Jordan Love should be back then, so that should be a good one. The Jets aren't beating anybody. They aren't world beaters. The Texans, historically, the Dolphins can't beat the Texans. So, and then now you add CJ Stroud and Nico Collins, that offense that they have, that's going to be a tough one. Then you got the 49ers. I mean, it is what it is. The 49ers is a physical football team, and they're probably just going to beat the hell out of us physically. You got the Browns. They aren't setting the world on fire. Then you got the Jets again, and I'm calling it now. That Jets game on, what is that, January 8th? No, when is that Jets game? Thank you. See, that's the benefit of having a good woman. She hears me in here struggling. She hears me in here struggling, so she brings me some tea. You see what I'm saying? Not to mention, she treated your boy to a concert last night to see the greatest R&B group of all time, Boys to Men. Man, just awesome concert, man. That's partially why my voice sounds the way it does. But, you know, she took care of me. Concert and all. And then oh man, that should take care. Brought your boys some tea, man. So hey, I'm telling you now, that Jets Dolphin game, a lot of this is contingent on Tua. And I'll say this: a lot of this is contingent on Tua. If Tua remains healthy for the rest of the season, and all this is if he comes back. I mean, all signs point that he's coming back, but who knows? Let's just say he comes back. If he comes back and stays upright, then that Jets Dolphins game is going to be for a wild card spot in the playoffs. I'm just saying it. So we're 5 games into the season. It's not time to burn down the ship. All they got to do is maintain. They're playing terrible. The offense sucks. The defense is bending but not breaking in a lot of situations. We don't have Bradley Chubb. We don't have Jalen Phillips. Chop Robinson, for some reason, can't get off of blocks. Oh, and by the way, man, wouldn't it help to have had to keep Andrew Van Ginkel? Oh, he had another pick 6 today, 63-yarder for Minnesota. No wonder why the Minnesota Vikings are the best team in the NFL. I mean, but you let Andrew Van Ginkel walk. That guy was like the heart and soul of the defense last year. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. I get it. Chris Greer, you on the clock. You're on the clock. You know, we're going to make a Chris Greer countdown clock. Because if you don't get this fixed, you don't shore up that O-line, then you're going to have to be out of here. And then that's just the truth of the matter, man. But thank you to everybody that came through, man. It was 50 plus of y'all watching that one time. A lot of that was over on Twitter, man. Appreciate the Twitter audience. Appreciate the person on Twitter that actually commented. I'm glad that you guys can comment and I can see what it says. Let me go back. Peace to Canes Dolphin for life. Newcomer over here. Let me see that name. Oh man, I got to go all the way back up. Okay, didn't realize there was so many comments in here. Oh, Matt. So Matt from he had left a comment. And somebody's got to do God's work when it comes to those big girls. So that was hey, you'll fit in right. You'll fit in well over here. Hey man, but peace to everybody that came through. No Man Talk Monday tomorrow. We'll be back the following Monday. Take Fist Politics this Tuesday. Wrestling with Reality. We will be reviewing Bad Blood from last night. All I really want to talk about is the main event and the Hell in the Cell match, but we'll be reviewing Bad Blood from last night. I do have another I'm Not Your Traditional Brother with Jackie McCall this Thursday. Eddie's is the following Thursday. And hey, with all that being said, man, I leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. I still hate the Hurricanes. Peace!
Minutes to go. Oh, wait. We're hearing it now. The pick is in. Let's go to the commissioner and see what happens.
With the 5th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, Alabama.